Well, obviously, I did do a bit of turns in like the previous weeks because when you're like pushing off, you just naturally like lean on the board and stuff. So I wasn't completely new to turning on my board, which is a good thing because I can just get straight into it. So the trucks on my board felt perfect. So the sharpness of my turns was like perfect for how I wanted it. So my tracks like weren't too tight or anything, which is good because if they're too tight, it'll just be a lot harder to turn, and if they're too loose, it'll just be much harder to balance when you're turning. So, so the tightness of them was right in the middle, which was really good. So turning on a skateboard is mainly just to do with the lean. So if I'm a goofy stance skateboarder, leaning forward would make my board turn left, and leaning backwards would make my board turn right. So I was just going around the skate park, weaving it in and out of obstacles, just trying to stay on flat ground turning, so trying not to hit into any ledges, not hitting any railings or anything like that, which is like just a good practice really, because I just wanted to really get used to the feel of my turns, which will just help me in future as well if I want to be just skating in the streets in general. Like turning is just an important thing you have to know, and you just have to like get really used to that, and you have to be just confident in leaning on your board. And also in a skate park, there's like this open sort of space thing. So I just use that open area to really focus on turning in circles. So going in circles really helped me get used to how much force I need to put into my leans when I'm turning. So that just really helped me get used to the board, get used to the tracks once again. And also just good practice for balance as well when I'm leaning forward and backward. So all of this stuff I'm doing is just helping me with my turns. And that's exactly what I'm wanting at this point, because like the beginning stages of learning to skateboard is just all about feeling your board, getting used to it, how it feels under your feet. So I think I'm doing the right thing there. So there's something in skateboarding called carving, I think, and that's just when you're suddenly turning from left to right. So that's just leaning forward and backwards. I think it's used more in like longboard style skateboarding when you want to try and slow down. But when I heard about carving, I just thought that would just be a really good thing for me just to practice my turns and just to really improve how I distribute my weight on the board to turn left to right. So I went up and down the skate park doing some carving. The length of the skate park isn't as big as I wanted it to be to really pick up some speed. So I just used the space I did have, and I did get some decent speed. But with that, I was just going up and down carving. So that's just going left and right, doing it up and down the skate park. And I just kept doing that over and over again until I was just confident in how my turning feels. So I've been going through the comments and I've just been looking at previous episodes of what people have been saying, and people are saying that I need to bend my knees more. Because when you're skateboarding as a beginner, there's things that you need to be doing, but you don't really realize it at the time. So it's just really helpful that I had people to comment that and just let me know. So I did go down some ramps again, making sure I bend my knees, and also like when I'm pushing off in general or when I'm turning, I just also made sure I just kept my knees bent. I think just the bending knees is just to even with balance really and momentum. So I just done that just to build up a habit of bending my knees just when I'm skateboarding in general.